Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. You are listening to the Marital Quanta Show on Salam Media. So the world suddenly underwent a major and abrupt change with the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. The impact of COVID-19 is evident with schools and colleges shifting classes online and work from home becoming a way of life throughout the globe. Adila Mula is the director of the Maliha Leila Center for Special Needs, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the impact of COVID-19 on the special needs schools. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Adila. Assalamu alaikum, Adila.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you, Adila?
Alhamdulillah. And how are you? Thank you so much for having me on Salam Media.
All right. So first of all, give us a brief history about the Maliha Leila Center for Special Needs.
Yes, okay. So Malia Leila Center is going to be 10 years in the running. It's a center that caters for physically and mentally challenged kids. So our center basically gives a safe space for the kids, as well as a learning environment. So they have a routine as well.
Mm-hmm. And how is the school operating prior to the lockdown and the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes. Okay. So obviously, it has to be. It's a bit of an adjustment for the kids and everyone else. It's the new normal. So
Mm-hmm.
we obviously had to put in safety measures to ensure the safety of the kids and the staff. We have to ensure that kids. We do instill good hygiene in the kids. So we have to do the whole sanitizing. We need to check temperatures. Also maintain social distancing in classrooms. We just have to follow protocol to ensure the safety.
Mm-hmm. All right. Has the concerns for of schools for special needs been addressed by the government?
To a certain extent, very briefly. I mean, there was certain mentions during when the president spoke quite a few times, but there wasn't anything directly, like for special needs schools.
Mm-hmm. And because there wasn't any direct mention, have you still been operating during the lockdown?
No, during lockdown, we obviously, our main concern again is the safety of the kids, as they do have compromised immune systems. We
Mm-hmm.
obviously have to take special extra precautions for them, so we had to keep that in mind. We obviously have to ensure the safety of the kids. So during lockdown, in that we did not operate, we did not have school. We did an online based system. So we sort of got parents, like to do the activities with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there via telephone if they needed assistance.
Mm-hmm. All right. In general, do you think that the school for special needs have always been sidelined? They've always just been left out in the dark when it comes to issues for people with special needs?
Yes, I definitely think so. I think community tends to, I think, sometimes just sideline special needs kids, or they just put them sort of in a bubble. So that sort of, it's an uncertainty, whether they actually have to, obviously, because they are special needs kids, we have to obviously address them in a certain way. And we have to take extra special precautions because the immune systems are already compromised. So I think in that there's very uncertainty. I would say there's a lot of uncertainty, and you don't really have a clear direction.
Mm-hmm. And what would you like our listeners to know, and how can they help the Maliha Leila Center?
Definitely, like for us, especially we all of our staff members, we all have a personal interest in the kids. We have a passion to make them, like to make their day go happy and to basically, like see to them. We have a passion in doing what we do. I think people need to also have this open mind sense that special needs kids, they are still, they people, and they have their own identity. We sort of just tend to put them in a bubble and say, no, this is who they are. And I think especially for us, what the message we want to get is that they might not do things the way a normal kid would, but they can do it still. So it might take them a bit of time. You might need to motivate them. You might need to, encourage them. You might have your days where they don't want to do it, but they can accomplish goals. It just takes them longer. And for us at the center, because we are a non-profit organization, we would like the involvement of community. We would like community to come. We would like people to come and spend time with our kids. And we would like, to see what we do at the center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so true. I mean, just because a person is differently abled does not mean that they should be sidelined and be left alone, and just give them a chance. Have you had any challenges with the lockdown? I mean, trying to get
there
the
is
kids
quite a few challenges. I think the kids sort of
Adila, I lost you there. Can you hear me? Adila, assalamu alaikum. Right, so we've lost Adila there. Talking about Maliha Leila Center for Special Needs. She is the director, Adila Mula, and they are based in Lenasia. And she has mentioned that in general, people with the special needs have been sidelined and sort of like just left alone, and their concerns and issues not been addressed even by the president. It has always just been, and people with special needs, and not them having a separate address, their concerns addressed rather. And we've, as parents, we've had our concerns addressed with our kids returning to school and to the daycare centers, and many of us have. That many of our kids have gone back to school, and others at the daycare centers. But all right, Adila is back. Adila.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I think the connection is just a bit bad. I do apologize for that. Yes, so in terms of your question that you asked, you said about challenges. We've had a lot of challenges. I think the kids, they're a bit confused. They don't know what's going on, and some of them do understand, like about the whole virus, but then there's others in the center also that don't really know, So there's a lot of confusion, and I think a lot of because at the center, that's their main place, that's their place where they meet their friends. It's their life. The center is, that's their main focus in their life. So by not being at the center all this time, it has caused them to be very, like depressed and sad. And so there's been challenges, like a lot of the kids will say they want to come back to school, and now you need to explain why they can't come back, So that has been a challenge. I think they're missing school. They miss school. And for some of the kids, even though, we are going back to a certain normal, they're still not back at school because they do have compromised immune systems. So their parents right now feel, still keep them at home because it's safer. So there is still challenges now. We still have the kids where the kids want to come back, but they still can't because of the virus.
Mm-hmm. And what age groups are the children at the Maliha Center?
So we have kids, yes, so we have kids from the age of 3 right up until the age of 35. And we obviously have them in different classes according to their age and their capabilities. The reason why in a lot of special needs schools and centers, they don't, especially in schools, they don't take kids over the age of 18. And so our kids over the age of 18 are more doing skills development. We put them in the skills development where they can just increase their skills. Yes, so basically it's just been that. So we have different age groups here, but we just have created a safe space for the kids. And especially for the kids over 18, they found themselves in places where now what do they do after 18? Because there's no place for them to go. So the center gives them, still a place to go and still a place that they can still learn.
The center provides hope for them and an opportunity as well. Alhamdulillah. All right. Are you on social media, and what are your contact details if anyone is interested in participating or donating or whatever
Yes. So
the
you
interest may?
can contact us on social media. We are on Facebook and Instagram. It's
Mm-hmm.
Maliha_Leila_center. So you can find us on Instagram and on social media. You can contact me. Or you can contact my administrative assistant, and her name is Sumaya. She will also assist you in, anything you'd like to know, any information. We would like, to hear feedback from you guys. We would like you guys to get in touch with us.
All right. Shukran for your time, Adila, and may Allah make things easy for you and your team
Ameen.
at the Maliha Leila Center. And may you grow from strength to strength as you continue to help everybody at the center.
Ameen. Jazakallah so much for having me on Salam Media, and we look forward to growing together.
Alhamdulillah, inshallah. Ameen. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
That was Adila Mola, the director of the Maliha Leila Center for Special Needs, sharing her concerns that they are sidelined and their kids want to return to school, but unfortunately they can't because of their compromised immune systems and how the impact of COVID-19 is making it quite difficult for them. You can contact her, and they are on Facebook and Instagram. That's Maliha_Leila_center. Maliha is MALEELHAH, and Leila is LAYLAH as well. And _center, Maliha_Leila_center on Instagram and Facebook. You are listening to the Mariam Mukwanda Show on Salam Media. If you have any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below, or you can send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.